Konbanwa, Dan here. It's Wednesday, I think. I just left the Mucc concert a little bit ago and got back to my hotel. They played it was a 2-hour long concert, and it was just the one band. I've never been to a concert before where it's been one band that has played that long, and they only took, like, I guess you'd call it a break. One of the, we're going to go off stage, and then everyone chants for them to come back on stage, and then they played for another half hour, and so their encore was almost part of, like, it must have been part of the show, or, I don't know, because when they went off stage, like, they had all their, like, fancy clothes on or whatever. When they came back, it was maybe, like, 5 or 10 minutes after everyone was chanting, I think it was Gambate, which is like do your best or good luck. It was either that or encore, a version of it in Japanese, and I couldn't tell what it was because my ears were ringing so bad. But when they finally came back out on stage, they were wearing just like t-shirts, and you could tell they had just like stripped off everything in the back room and were relaxing. And when they first came back on stage, like they even looked like they were just tired. They're like, oh man, you guys want us to keep playing? And then they just played for another half hour, 45 minutes easy. I was just really surprised at that. And the music was amazing. So I've heard, I don't know, maybe a dozen of their songs, and well enough to recognize them. But they did not play a single song that I recognized the entire concert. And every song was almost a different style. They started off with like a rock, then the next song they played was like a jazzy ska, and then they played like an alternative song, and then like a punk song, and then they moved to like a heavy metal song, and then they moved to like a soft rock ballad, and then after a couple of soft rock ballads, then they went to this like metal punk music, and then after that they went to like the screaming blah, 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 death metal, and then after that they played some more rock songs, and then then up like a punk death metal, and like every song had a different style to it. The only thing that kind of carried their sound through all their music was the way the lead singer sings. The rest of it was very unique. I was very impressed by the concert. It was a lot of fun, and there was a bunch of times where like I've been to mosh concerts before, and you want to go out and you start moshing with a bunch of people, and all the mosh concerts that I've been to, there's guys twice my size that are out there just throwing their weight around and tossing people around. Well, tonight I was by far head and shoulders over pretty much the entire crowd except for 2 people. There was only 2 other people that were about my height, and at one point one of them stood in front of me so I couldn't see. I thought that was ironic. But so there were these like mosh pits kind of going on, but it was more like 13-year-old girls bumping into each other and like going around in circles and pushing each other. And like I wanted to mosh so bad, but I didn't want to go out there and level somebody, just like not intentionally, but just, accidentally pushing somebody too hard, or, hitting somebody from behind or something and knocking them to the ground. So I just kind of stood there, and in the concerts in America, a lot of times we do like the rock on symbol, and, we like chant, woo. Well, at the Japanese concert, so many things were similar as a concert, of course, but then at the same time, like the way everyone jumped, was much more in unison, because all the concerts that I've been to, nobody jumps in unison. It's like this tidal wave of just like random people jumping. But this, the whole floor moved at the same pace. It was pretty impressive. But then at the same time, everyone like did this limp wrist wave thing, like the whole concert pretty much, and that was unique. And it wasn't like the rock symbol. It was just like this, hand wave. They're just a little different than what I'm used to, but it was fun. Where I was standing was kind of like in the middle of the back, So like I was like in the middle of the stage, but then towards the back of the room, and nobody stood behind me, and I'm tall, so nobody could probably see, but nobody stood on the sides of me either. And when we were waiting for the concert to open so we could all enter, nobody stood around me either. Like I'm standing in line, and people are like 2 feet behind me, and then 2 feet in front of me, and there's no one next to me. It was just kind of sad. I wish people wouldn't think I'm scary or so. I don't know what it is. Why I look scary, or maybe it's just because I'm foreign. I guess if I was in, I don't know, if I saw like a gangbanger looking guy, but I had a sweatshirt on, a brown sweatshirt, like nondescript, and a hat, and jeans. Nothing gangster-like, and you know, a lot of these people were all in their like concert get-up clothes and all their fashion stuff, so it's kind of interesting. But today, so I came for like 6 hours. 6 hours? Yes, it was probably about 6 hours I spent on the train coming up to the north end of the island of Japan. I can actually see Hokkaido from the shore. I'm pretty sure it's Hokkaido. I wouldn't know what other island it would be across the ocean, because like we're right on the coast, and you can see an island off in the distance. And it was really cool. I'm glad that I actually came up this far, even if it was just for a concert, because I got to see so much, just scenery and so much area of Japan. I saw, you know, just hills covered with trees, and then going through cities, and then residential rural areas, and then like really rural areas where it's just like farming almost looked like. And it was really neat just to kind of see all over. So I was glad that I came up here, and the concert was awesome. 2 hours of one band playing. Yeah, I'm gonna rant on that for a while now, I think. So it was a lot of fun, and tomorrow I head back to all the way back to Okazaki. It's probably going to be like an 8 or 9 hour trip back. So it's like all day tomorrow, which is fine. I've got plenty of music and flashcards to study. And then school on Thursday, and then we go back for another trip on the southern end of Japan, so it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm definitely glad that after the next week or so, I'll be heading back home. I'm definitely looking forward to going back to my own bed and my job and everything else. Get back to a regular schedule. This has been a blast, and everything's been amazing, and the people here are so polite and so nice and so much fun. I just wish everyone wasn't scared of me, or I don't know if they're scared of me, or if it's just because they don't want to talk to me because they're afraid of not being able to speak English, or not being able to get their point across in Japanese, or I don't know, something. But it'll be nice to be able to just talk to people and then not be worried about offending you, or I don't know, whatever it is that keeps the Japanese from going all out and just having a conversation and relaxing. But that's a lot of culture. So I'm going to stop ranting now. I'm going to have some coffee and relax and watch a movie or some of the Japanese TV in my hotel before I go to bed. So I'll see you guys either tomorrow or the day after or some other day. All right, see you, bye.